Ladies and gentlemen, now any good Marvel Contest of Champions player will tell you that a good maxed out 4-star is still banging. They can still put in a tremendous amount of work. Like 4-star champions, man, are still being used by so many people to smash out stuff like Act 5 100%, variant completion, and also 100% as well. Certain characters like for me, man, my 4-star Magic, my 4-star Gladiator Hulk, put in so much work and saved me a ton of units as well, so that was a really great time. You've also got stuff like Uncollected, like 4-star Archangel and 4-star Domino. Saved so many people so much cash this month on the Aegon boss as well, and 4-star Symbiote Supreme. And also when we look at stuff like Alliance Quest Map 6, Celebrity Challenges, side content, like 4-star champions are still very, very relevant, providing you make the right rank up decisions, ladies and gentlemen. So today we're going to talk about the best 4-star champions to rank 5 in my opinion, and talk about why some of these characters are so incredibly valuable to have up there, and what stuff they can kind of bring to your roster for the future, and what they might be able to do. So yeah, I've selected 6 characters that I believe to be kind of like top options for each class. Again, kind of the top option and which character is best for you does depend entirely on your roster and what characters you already have. You know, you might have pulled like a 5-star version or a 6-star version, which means that maybe you want to prioritize, you know, one character over another as a 4-star variant of the champion to get like a certain piece of utility or unlock a certain synergy. So yeah, always keep that in mind. You know, there's no definitive, you should always rank this champion instead of this champion. You got to think about what you have already and what you're looking to do next in Marvel Contest of Champions, and which character is going to be the, you know, most useful for trying to accomplish that goal. So standard disclaimer out of the way. Let's talk about the science class. Now, the number one, I would say, probably rank 5 4-star option for a lot of people is Void, man. The ability to not only block healing, but reverse it is so useful. Void has had an insane amount of uses across a lot of the monthly Uncollected stuff, and also the fact that he needs to be awakened at a very high signature level just means that he is a lot easier to access for a lot of people at a 4-star in comparison to a 5-star character, because it's hard enough to get the 5-star you want, let alone awaken it and chuck like 200 levels in it. Well, he doesn't need 200, but you know, he needs at least like 60 or 80 to really kind of ramp up there and get quite good. But yeah, Void is just one of the most incredible 4-star investments to have. So much use for that guy. Also, Captain America Infinity War, so much utility on this lad. Also, even as a 4-star, you've got those perfect parries in the majority of scenarios as well. Can be very useful for Act 5 100% variant. So yeah, just great character there, so much depth to him as well. Gladiator Hulk is the ultimate and really the Starburst king, and you're going to find if you're going for variant 100%, and also occasionally Starburst pops up from time to time, Gladiator Hulk is just an absolute beast for this node. Like variant man, again, he saved me so many units, and there is also a a Starburst Korg in the variant quest, which Gladiator Hulk is just crazy good for, so much value from a maxed out 4-star there. Now, next up we have Quake, who is really only ever worth playing or taking up if you have mastered the Quake playstyle, which is basically charging the heavy attack and being very good at those parries and evades in the corner. So if you're a Quake goddess, then I definitely take Quake up to rank 5, because she's a lot of uses in certain fights. But yeah, you do need to master Quake and be quite a good player in order to get kind of good benefit out of her. And then next up we have the Stunlock, Bleed Immune, Indestructible King. So much value when it comes to month Uncollected out of Luke Cage, man. Such a great character, really good for a lot of Act 5 content as well. I have a 5-star rank 4 Unawakened one on the free-to-play, man, but even a 4-star one is going to put in so much work for a lot of paths, and also be good for certain bleed paths in Alliance Quest, where maybe your team is in stuff like Alliance War. So yeah, Luke Cage, man, a crazy amount of value there. Red Hulk as well with the The Domino Massacre synergy can be really good, but the fact that this dude has heat resistance as well and can counter Mephisto is very nice. Also a poison immune character, so you've got like 2 layers of immunity there, and just kind of like big physical damage as he ramps up and up and up. Very good for a lot of Mystic characters. Obviously, I would say Void is the #1 Mephisto counter overall, but Red Hulk can be very nice for dealing with a lot of Mystics there. And then just in terms of other good options, so not really going to talk too much about these these characters, but I think these are characters that are, you know, maybe alright, maybe have, some use for certain people, but I would say are inferior to top options, generally speaking. So I'd say Wasp is alright for the damage, Hulk is alright for the damage, and also the stun can be quite nice as well to have on Hulk. And Sentry's alright for the damage as well. Also benefits from the new synergy with, what is it, the Champion and Aegon as well, but I don't know, Sentry's very down the list in my opinion. And then in terms of the Mystic class, we have the Powerlock Queen herself. If you're gonna max out one Mystic, it's probably Magic Man. That Powerlock is so incredibly good off the special too. Just keep people in the corner, infinitely Powerlock and intercept them. There are some incredible Magic players out there, and she's just a timeless champion by the look of it at the moment. So yeah, Magic has just had so much value since her buff a couple of years ago. And next up we have a champion that I think for the future, and also this month as well, he's like one of the best options for Aegon and also the champion, but it's Symbiote Supreme. If you can bleed the opponent, if the opponent has buffs to take advantage of, Symbiote Supreme is most likely going to be the best option for that matchup. You know, kind of debatable with Archangel if you can poison the opponent as well, but there is so much value. Symbiote Supreme can be great for Medusas, Hyperions, if there are buffs to take advantage of, and if you can bleed the opponent, then Symbiote Supreme is a really great matchup there. Ghost Rider for his infinite sustainability, bleed immunity, tons of utility, and synergy with Blade can be really good to have as well. Just a great champion there, very good as well for stuff like Alliance Quest Map 6. Scarlet Witch is just kind of your face roll goddess. If you're a big Scarlet Witch fan, I think she's a really fun option. She did a lot of work for me on a lot of Uncollected events on my free-to-play account at rank 5. Does need to be awakened, ideally wants a high signature level as well, but Scarlet Witch is still good, also very good for nullifying a lot of stuff. Dr. Voodoo can be great for all sorts of stuff, bit of regeneration, bit of power control, ability accuracy reduction, converting a lot of buffs into poison, which can be very useful in certain matchups. Like Dr. Voodoo has a lot of longevity throughout various matchups. And Morningstar, a bleed immune, solid character there. Does require kind of a few fights to ramp up, but can be very good against kind of buff-heavy champions. I think, what was it? We did have that Uncollected, like, Hydra Adaptoid. I don't know if anybody remembers that, like, over the summer, which was a really big problem for a lot of people. But Morningstar turned out to be one of the best options for that. And also when it comes to a lot of Act 5 stuff, there are a lot of really buff-heavy fights where she can just get in, throw that special 2, and they just drop. So, Morningstar still has a lot of value from that. Other good options could potentially be Hood, Mephisto, Dormammu, but again, they're very low down the list in my opinion in comparison. And then in terms of the tech class, we have Starknot Spider-Man, 4-star Starkman, hits like a friggin' truck. It's harder than the majority of 5-star characters, still I would say, and so much utility in terms of like the assisted evade, the stun on the special 1. Which can be great for power reserve. You've got the shock on the special 2, which enhances on robots, the evade counter on the special 3, the power drain on the heavy. There's just so much that Stark's enhanced Spider-Man can do. And then we've got the new Ghost, who is an awesome character, like so useful with her phasing. You can dash back, remove all the buffs off Ghost. And also there are some very interesting ways to play Ghost. And if you want to see all the Ghost stuff, man, I always say this, check out Panda Man Pete on YouTube. He has the sickest Ghost gameplay out there. So yeah, if you want to see all the pro Ghost stuff, man, check out that channel. There's so much this character can do in various matchups with her phasing mechanic, but again, I would say a very, like, Quake-esque character in terms of, like, having a very different playstyle to the majority of champions, and does benefit a lot from that Ant-Man and Wasp Quantum synergy as well. And then we have Awakened Star-Lord, just a ton of damage, man. He's kind of a bulldozer for a lot of content, can get through quite a few bits and bobs there. Then we got Awakened Division for, what is it, double immunity, heal block, and also great power control mechanics. Then again, Sentinel for double immunity. We've got heal block on the special 1. A ton of damage on the special 2, a bit of ability to regenerate, and Yeah, man, Sentinel can put in some really, really nice work. Very powerful heavy attack as well when you get up to 100 analysis. And then we got Doc Octopus for potentially infinite heal block or infinite power lock. Both of those can have really, really good uses throughout a lot of the endgame content. And then kind of below, I've got Infinity War, Iron Man, and Yondu. They both have kind of their... Iron Man Infinity War is a bit of a Swiss utility army knife, but I'd say that other champions maybe come like a little bit above him in terms of... which one's to rank up as a 4-star, but he is, I don't know, he's borderline kind of up there as well, man. But Yondu, he's got a heal block on the special one. He can be useful some of the time, but I would say there are better options amongst the top options, and probably characters that you find in your early 5-star roster there. And then we go on to Cosmic Champions. Now, Cosmic, man, I realized just how many, like, useful 4-star Cosmic Champions there are to have up there, because Cosmic has had... what is it, a really, really good year for it. So many characters have come in, so maybe there's some ones on the bottom as well that are, you know, pretty good, depending on what you want to go for. But just choosing 6, I went for Corvus, because you've got all the utility that Corvus has with his glaive immunity, the big damage in the start can still be really, really useful for stuff like Varian and Act 5 100%. Hyperion for the crazy damage. Even a 4-star Hyperion is just... absolutely mega there with the immunity. Medusa as well, very, very valuable. Like, even unawakened, you can shut down shut down robots, get that armor shatter off as well to counter certain armor break champions like Killmonger, remove his damage back. Venom the Duck has like crazy regeneration as you go throughout the quest. You've got so much damage off that special too, and especially when it comes to certain nodes like Oscillate, he can pretty much decimate them so quickly. Because if you put that toxic armor on, wait for the 300% armor buff, and then it deals damage based on the amount of armor the opponent has, and you see that in Variant as well, man. There is just an absolutely ridiculous amount of value when it comes to Venom the Duck. So yeah, just a really, really good character there. Then we got Venom as well. Venom counters all of the Spider-Man heroes now. Also has unblockable below 18%, sorry, True Strike below that. So you can counter Iron Man Infinity War. And it's just a great champion, man. We've got Armor Break on the heavy attack. We've got Nullify and Heal on the SB1. There's a lot of stuff Venom can do. Heimdall gets True Strike off all of his specials, and also has the team cheat death synergy, which is so valuable for the final chapter of Variant. And I imagine when it comes to future variants as well, Heimdall is just going to be such an MVP for like the limited like 2-class chapters. So I think Heimdall is just a really, really solid option, man. I think it was about like 90% of the paths in the final chapter of Variant with my 3-star version of Heimdall, and even he put in a bit of work sometimes. So yeah, man, the Heimdall synergy is just really, really great. So he's a good 4-star to max out in my opinion. And then we have Mutant. So Archangel is hands down, I would say, if you're going to max out one 4-star, man, it's Archangel. Archangel is a character that is so good that you don't really need him above like a maxed out 4-star version. He does like 95% of the stuff you want him to in the game as a maxed out 4-star. It's kind of like everything aside from the Labyrinth fights. Like, even this month, people were like stacked, you know, like 5- and 6-star rosters. Even myself, man, I'm bringing out my 4-star Archangel for Uncollected Variant. So if you're gonna max out like one character out of the mutant class as a 4-star, get an Awakened Archangel maxed out, just as the what is it, tip of the day there. He's been such an MVP for so many fights this year. So basically, guys, just throw it all in Archangel. Because, yeah, if it can bleed, if it can be poisoned, Archangel is most likely the best option. Ability accuracy reduction, heal block, crazy damage. Like, Archangel is still crazy, crazy good. And then we have Domino for the damage, man. Getting into those longer fights. Domino can deal so much damage with her bleed, but even aside from that, man, you've got really, really beefy heavy attacks with the Red Hulk synergy. You've also got ability accuracy reduction on Domino, extended stun as well to counter evade champions. There's a lot of very interesting ways you can play Domino, and there's the Domino Arena coming out soon, and we're going to have a Domino tips and tricks video up in the next week or so on the channel, because, you know, I've got a maxed out Domino, man. I love playing Domino, so yeah, we're going to get out some more info on that character very, very soon for all of you Domino fans out there. And then we have a Mega Red, so if there are bleed or poison nodes, he's pretty much immune to both. But on the bleed nodes, he takes a little bit of damage, but gains a massive damage advantage as well. Can also siphon a bit of health there. A Mega Red's got regeneration, also counters, what is it, Korg, and also Electro. And having a good core counter is pretty big for a lot of people at the moment. So yeah, a Mega Red's definitely a lot of value in that champion right now for... you know, even as a 4-star one. Then we got Iceman and Emma Frost. Both champions are fairly similar. A lot of immunities, counter evade, have like damage caps on certain stuff. Just basically an arsenal of utility on both of them. Very, very nice there. Sabretooth for the Killmonger synergy can counter masochism nodes, which for a lot of people in Act 5 is an absolute godsend, especially when it comes to like brand new Uncollecteds as well. Can be very, very nice there. So yeah, Sabretooth has an incredible amount of value for a lot of people that struggle to play around masochism, and also good for the very first chapter of Variant, where you've got more masochism nodes as well. But alongside that, man, Sabretooth's damage really does ramp up and up and up as you get those stacks of Fury. So yeah, just hits very, very hard as well. And then kind of down the bottom, we still got characters that are pretty good, pretty useful, like Wolverine X-23, Rogue. I also forgot to talk about the cosmic ones, man. We got like Proxima Midnight, Hela the Champion, Angela, Carnage, Thor. All of these characters, they have uses. They can be good for certain stuff, but I think there's so much competition in the cosmic class, man, that it does get so incredibly tight there. So yeah, just wanted to yeah, you know, point that one out. But I'd say depending on your roster, all of those could be potentially good, but again, it's very, very competitive when it comes to the mutant and cosmic T4CC nowadays. And then finally we've got the skill class. So kind of up there, I would say, is Blade, Aegon, Gwenpool, Killmonger, Winter Soldier, Massacre. So with Blade, you've got the ability to shred through all of the villains, like regenerate, which is so, so valuable. You've got heavy debuff resistance based on power. Like, there's still a lot of stuff that Blade can get through, man. Really, really great character. And then we have our newest warrior in the contest, Aegon, man. Aegon is sick when he's awakened. He needs a high signature level as well. So if you want one character to chuck all the stones into, it's probably Aegon, because he really, really does need as many levels as possible to carry the combo. But yeah, there's so much Aegon can do. Shrug off buffs, counter evade, just do some crazy damage, be unstoppable, unblockable. Like, there is a lot when it comes to Aegon. So check out yesterday's Aegon gameplay video if you want to see out some more of that stuff. And then we have Gwenpool, who still has what is it? The ability to tank special freeze, which can be very, very good for certain fights in Variant and also Uncollected bosses. Crazy bleed damage on the right scenario. We've got the kind of Gimp power lock on the special 2. We've got the armor break on the special 3, and also Incinerate spam maybe on the special 1 as well for very rare encounters. But there is a lot that Gwenpool can still do, so she's still really, really valuable. And then we got Killmonger. We've got the True Strike, one of the True Strike gods there. If you can get in after those special attacks, you're going to get that True Strike, allowing you to counter champions like MODOK, Spider-Man, you know, ignore those evades. Also got the ability to survive certain special freeze with his Indestructible off the special too. So yeah, a lot of interesting stuff that Killmonger can do, man. Still a very, very valuable champion to have maxed out as a 4-star. And then, surprise, surprise, we have Winter Soldier. But Winter Soldier comes with a caveat. You only want to take up Winter Soldier if you've got like a 5-star or a 6-star Killmonger. And then again, it's a little bit borderline to a certain extent, but Winter Soldier, essentially with a 5 or 6-star Killmonger, becomes a Star-Lord. And this is so useful in the first chapter of Variant, where you've got like a really stacked Sentinel, Infinity War Iron Man, that, you know, the mutant champions just really aren't that great for, so Winter Soldier can be incredibly useful and put in a lot of work, especially with his awakened power drain as well. Like my 6-star Winter Soldier, which is kind of like one, you know, notch of power above a maxed out 4-star, was crazy. He was absolutely insane for the first chapter of Variant. So I imagine a 4-star in the hands of a very skilled player, or a decently skilled player, man, could put in so much work there. So yeah, Winter Soldier, only if you've got a 5 or 6-star Killmonger though. And then finally you've got What is it? Massacre. Lots of utility on Massacre. Some good damage as well. Ability accuracy reduction off the special one. And also, when you're hitting into somebody's block, they won't be able to trigger any of their effects. And you can deal pretty much full damage as well. So Massacre, he's a little bit tricky to play, but there's a lot of cool stuff that you can do with him. And obviously, he brings the big synergy to Domino, and also Red Hulk as well. That allows Domino to extend her debuffs even longer. So yeah, they have really, really good synergy together, man. And Massacre is very fun to play. A lot of damage as well, but he is a little bit more tricky. And then in terms of some of the other characters, I think there are some good options here, like depending on what you want to do. Like Crossgoat Bones can be very useful for Road to Labyrinth of Legends, and a few paths in Act 5 as well. Black Widow Awakened, a lot of ability accuracy reduction there. Hawkeye's Power Drain. I've got a maxed out Hawkeye on my free-to-play account, man. I love him. He is very, very fun to play. And then we've got Thor Ragnarok, who does need a lot of stuff. He needs to be awakened, have the synergy with like a Hulk character, and also Korg ideally, and also have a very high signature level. But once you get there, man, you can get some big damage even out of a 4-star Thor Ragnarok. So you need a lot of stuff, but hey, you know, might be the option for some people if they really want to go full Thor Ragnarok. And then finally Korg. Korg's got bleed immunity. We have also an armor break on Korg, and some interesting stuff you can do, like against evade champions, like, you know, getting the unstoppable, unblockable, so you can just kind of tear into those a little bit more. So yeah, Korg's a bit of an interesting one. Not the most reliable counter for a lot of stuff, but hey, he's got some utility, and if you play very, very well, it can certainly work out. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for best 4-star champions to rank 5 2018. It's been about 11 months, man, since we updated this video guide, so it feels very good to finally get out all the update information out there. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you think there are any champions that we have missed off this list which are so valuable, so essential to take up to rank 5 and kind of have that very long-term option? Let me know in the comment section below the champion, and also a few examples of where they have been really, really good, or just the absolute MVP option for you and your roster. Please do let me know in the comments below. But aside from that, ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed this video, feel free to smash that like button. If your Alliance members are struggling with those rank up options, share this video, let them know. But aside from that, thank you all very much for watching. Take care, and I hope that you have an absolutely fantastic day.